Hi, Noel Polanco here with Homeqwik Property Management. Thanks for joining us again on our web series. Today I'm going to be talking about how to best set your rental price for your Phoenix or your Arizona rental home. First thing you should know is, what does your neighborhood go for? If you don't live in the neighborhood anymore, that's okay, but you should have an idea of what they're going for in your neighborhood. So when a new rental sign comes up, you should call it. Just ask, what are you asking? Ask what the amenities and the size are and see if they match up with you. The best start is seeing right what's next door and finding out what people are asking. And then what info are you using to set your rental price? If you're using popular websites like Zillow and Trulia, HotPads, or Craigslist, be a little bit cautious. You can ask any amount you want for rent, and on Zillow and Trulia you'll see a lot of high-priced homes. It doesn't mean that that's what they're actually renting for. That might just be the advertised price. We've seen people come down $100, $200, $300 just to get it rented out because they started at the wrong price. My best advice is to call a realtor or your property manager, have them not only look at Zillow and Trulia, but pull the comps from the MLS. They'll get a lot broader history there, and again, the most important number is, what did they actually rent for? How long did it take, and what price did they finally get? You want to see what the average for the rented houses are, and then base your property on that. The asking price can really throw you off, so be really cautious with that. Asking for too much money will end up costing you a lot of money in the end. If you start your house out $300 above market, more than likely it's going to sit at least 30 days, maybe even 60. How much in lost rent for those 2 months would you have made up if you had just lowered the rent 150 or even the 300 to get really in line with what the market is? Be a little bit careful about chasing that higher dollar. It doesn't always mean you're going to get a better tenant. I have a lot of people ask me, well, if I go too cheap, I'm going to get the riffraff or the low-end kind of tenant. That's not always true. Trust me, people that make good money and that are very responsible, they want a good deal as well. So they're looking for stuff that's priced fair, even that's priced cheap. And lastly, take a look at what amenities you have. Think about your pool, for instance. If you've got one, how much more would you pay extra a month to have a pool? In Phoenix, generally I say it's about $100 to $150 more, but that's about it. Just having a pool is not going to bump your rent up $300. A lot of people say, well, I've got granite countertops and I've got a third-car garage. Well, that stuff can help. It might help it rent faster, but I don't know that you're going to get $200 more than the guy right down the street. So be cautious what you're looking for, and again, be smart in the decision you make for when you start. The longer a property sits for rent, it's the same way for sale. The longer it sits out there, the harder it is to rent. So start at a good, fair price. Leave yourself a little bit of negotiating room, so maybe start a little bit higher than the average, but don't be out of bounds. Being out of bounds will just cost you money, because you make no money when your house is sitting there vacant. Again, trust your professionals. If you ever have any questions about this or any other topics, feel free to call us anytime, and check us out at homeqwik.com. Thanks.